It's been 1 year since Ada, Oklahoma experienced its first EF1 rated tornado. The last observed tornado to hit Ada was in March of 1991. In the final part of our Surviving the Storm series, we share stories of how lives changed after those storms hit.
On March 4th, 2025, an EF1 tornado changed the trajectory of the lives of home and business owners in Ada, Oklahoma.
When I heard the wind coming and I heard the sirens and I knew it was, I knew we were having a situation.
Jennifer Miller knew she needed to keep her and her 12 and 16-year-old sons safe.
Of course, there's no public shelter here anywhere close to this apartment building. So our only option was to hunker down. My kids were scared.
With nowhere to go, Miller and her two sons, Douglas and Rayson, sheltered in place.
This is a small apartment. The bathroom's not big enough for me and my boys. My Rayson had the dog. We were all hunkered together in the living room, kind of by, in the middle, away from any of the windows.
In the uncertainty of that moment, Jennifer could only think of how much she wanted her family safe and everything she had to stay intact.
You don't want anything to happen to your family, and you don't want anything to happen to everything that you worked the last 5 years for.
Across town, Devin Ryan was also at his home during the early morning on March 4th, dealing with a tornado warning.
It's always just been like a warning and a warning and a warning, so I never really took it that seriously.
Being in Oklahoma his whole life, he was numb to the tornado warnings.
10 minutes before, we got a warning, and we just sit in the hallway because there's no windows, and it's like the safest place in the house we can be because we don't have a shelter.
Devin was home with his younger sister that morning when he found himself in the middle of a dangerous situation.
I heard the door. I thought the door got blown open by the wind because it was really bad. We were both standing there and we felt the house shaking, and it was I was like, we're really in a tornado.
Immediately, his focus shifted to his sister's safety.
And then I went into my room to get one of my mattresses because just put us over me and my sisters in case we get hurt or something. And we just heard my window blew open. It literally exploded in my room.
They rode out the storm under a mattress in the hallway until it was over. On the other side of the city, Jennifer was beginning to realize just how bad the storm was.
We didn't throw the mattress over us or anything like that because I wasn't for sure that it was that real until I stepped out my front door and realized that the roof was gone above me.
Her family was safe, but their home destroyed.
We had firefighters, volunteer firefighters for different departments that come and checked on everybody and got us out. They had us evacuate because the structures were unsafe.
The one thing Jennifer got to keep was her car.
But I was one of the lucky ones that had a vehicle, and we drove to the CTS, and I had to gather myself because I just drove away from everything that I'd worked hard to gain over the last 5 years.
The devastation giving way to realization of what was really important, her kids.
Knowing that they were okay when it was all said and done, those possessions in this apartment meant nothing. And when I was able to get them in our hotel room and know that they were safe and settled down and know that they were okay, then I was okay.
A calm did come after the storm for Jennifer and her family.
This tornado was devastating, do not get me wrong, but it was a catalyst for that next part of my life that I'm able to be living right now.
Now, Jennifer and her family live in a house with a yard and plenty of space for her two sons.
And Sarah actually got a hold of me and was like, I think I have the perfect house for you and your family. It had 3 bedrooms with me, and my children got our own rooms. None of that I had here, but I'm very thankful for opportunities like that.
Businesses also bear the bruises of this tornado.
So I came up here, and when I got here, there was, trees, trash. The building was wide open on the top, rain. So I opened the door to come in, and it was just a mess everywhere.
Amber Walker owns a small bakery near downtown Ada where her shop was hit.
There was insulation, there was water, all over the floor, flooded. The middle area of my station, the roof was lifted up, there was boards, the sheetrock had came down, insulation was just covering everything inside here.
Amber felt helpless, and in that moment, didn't know what to do or who to turn to.
Really difficult to talk about. Felt so helpless. You know, I didn't know who to call, what to do, where to begin.
She wasn't alone. Friends came to help clean up.
James remodeled the building. I had a lot of help from a lot of the local people around the area to help clean and move everything out. We had to get everything out.
The damage of the shop was extensive.
I mean, there was so much damage, and the building wound up having to be completely gutted.
A year later, Amber's shop is completely renovated and in better shape than before, proving for some the destruction of the storm led to a stronger foundation. But for others, the recovery continues, paths diverging at the same tornadic intersection.
God does for us what we can't do for ourselves.
Amen.
Well, last spring alone, 7 tornadoes touching down in Pontotoc County. They really went through it.
Yeah.
It was an active year, and I would say in my time of covering storm damage over the last couple of years, one thing that's stood out to me is just the resiliency of folks out there. They could have lost everything, and everyone's always so positive. It's
Grateful for what they had.
Yes, absolutely.
incredible.
My nephew lives in Ada, and he said they didn't realize the storm was coming, despite all the cut-ins and everything we do. Just another reason to download our K10 Weather
Yes.
app. Be right back.